Hey, 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 beautiful souls. Welcome to Soulful Sunday. My name is lisalyle, and I am your intuitive guide. So here we go. How's everyone doing? It is Sunday, November the 16th. Where is this year gone? Um, so it's a 9-9 day. They just had me look at the numbers. And the 16 comes to 9-9, which is really interesting because in some of my automatic writing this morning, the 999 energy came through. So let's just get the Palo Santo going. We're going to jump into this. It's Monday in my world. And so I've got to sort of prep myself to go out into the world. Oh, it takes effort, doesn't it? It's so much work to go out there into the world that's so peoply. Oh, okay. So at this time, I'd like to ask that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, encouraging us to trust the wisdom of our beautiful hearts unequivocally at this time. Without doubt, without delay, trusting what our heart is telling us each day, and that requires, that's dedication. It's devotion to the sacred ocean that we all are and that we're all swimming within. And so, how's your weekend been? How's everybody's weekend been? Since we last connected, I had a event out in the community, and it was lovely. It was a late night, yet I felt so fortunate to have connected with such a lovely group of women, honestly. And just to be able to remind them, hey, brother, welcome. Yay, the anchoring complementary masculine is in the house. Thank you so much, Milos. Yeah, so I felt so honored, really, to be able to be in their presence on Friday night and to remind them exactly of how powerful they are. And yesterday, Saturday, was very much a rest and recovery day. Had a nap in the afternoon with my little healing cat laying on my chest. Was startled awake. I don't even know why, but I guess the energetic exchange was complete, startled me awake. And then I'm like, oh, wow, that was something. Where did I go there? And just really, went for a nice long walk last night with the big dog and came home and was in bed before 11 p.m. And all my little furry friends allowed me to sleep till 9:30 this morning. So that was nice. And then started the day with a walk, and here we are. And so as we move into this week, I'm going to get my handy dandy little notebook, and we're almost to the end of this book, and the next one is already ready. I'm really excited for the next one we're going to write in. So a beautiful channeled message came through on Friday as I was walking the dog before I had to go to this event. I just took him for a quick walk. And what I kept hearing, which is so touching, it really touched me, is, so this came through on the 14th. Within the bassinet of love, cast your nets. You are the castanets. Now I finally remember what those little finger thimbles or symbols are. You are the castanets on God's finger. Love on God's fingers. Love lingers. And so this is really where we're at. And if you were here on Friday, there was a message of being in the cradle of love. And actually, when I'm saying cradle now, what I'm feeling is like this cradle of creation. And it's really important for us to remember that we are always wrapped up, we're always enveloped in the essence of unconditional love, even when we may not be feeling unconditionally loving towards ourselves. If we're not unconditionally loving towards ourselves, I'm getting hot already. If we're not unconditionally loving towards ourselves, there's no way we're going to have that ability to be that way in the world at all. And so right now, as we begin this week, we're wrapping up Scorpio season, and geesh, what a doozy it's been. I mean, what a doozy 2025 has been. My goodness. And as we move into Sagittarius season, right before that, we have our new moon in Scorpio on the 11th. So Thursday, we have our new moon in Scorpio at 1:47 a.m. So overnight into the morning. At the same time as this, we have 6 planets retrograde, and the retrograde planets are Mercury, Neptune, Saturn, Chiron, which is the wounded healer, Jupiter, and Uranus. And so we may be feeling very reflective. We may be feeling very excited about the potential or the unlimited potential that lays ahead, and the opportunity for us right now to say goodbye, not so long, goodbye to the past completely. Because the past kicked our ass and it kicked us right to here where we're like feeling more like ourselves. We're feeling more of this essence of unconditional love, which we are, because we are honoring the time within the bassinet, and we are casting our net of love into the world, remembering that we are the castanets on God's fingers. We are the joyful sound. We are the we're the joyful sound of the unconditional love of Source. And to be embraced in the essence of unconditional love is a great reward. So, geez, Lisa. Okay, so what I was guided, and I've been guided to write more these days. And, that's interesting as well, because, I haven't written in years. I'm always like printing. But anyways, the messages that came through for this week as we wrap up Scorpio season and work with all this retrograde energy, it's clearing our way. Our way is cleared, in fact, is what I just heard. The message that came is we are no longer settling for less than we deserve. We know our worth. We are the crown jewels. That's nice. I didn't wear my crown today because I felt like the crown I was channeling a little bit much of Frank's energy. And he was a conky. He was a cocky, confident type of a fellow. And, as mellow as he was very confident in who he was on the surface. And so I've been guided to not put that on, to temper things, to settle more into that, the patience or the faith of Job energy. It really should be the faith of Job and not the patience. I mean, I guess Job's patience were tried with all the trials and tribulations that he experienced, and yet he remained faithful. He remained faithful in his connection to the divine. And we are the divine. So before I get more into the writing that came through, last night I was guided I thought I would sit and write, and I really wasn't feeling it. These days I'm just feeling being in the moment to moment experience. So anyways, I had set myself up to do some writing, and I brought one deck of cards with me, and it was the Lemurian Star Child Oracle. And so I want to share with you the cards that came out. I'm really guided to share them here and perhaps share any messages that come through. But the very first card, and it took my breath away because of the things that had been shared earlier in the week. And I believe I had shared, I'm not sure that I wrote it down here because it was shared real time, but about us being Oh, I missed a page there. Isn't that interesting? About us being a pearl within the string of pearls, the string of fate, the string of destiny. Anyways, look what came out. The way of pearls. 2, liminal space. So that's the space between worlds. And if we view these worlds as like a subway car, it's the space between the subway cars. And if you've ever walked in there, that space can be quite jittery and shaky. And, can we have fun in it? It's kind of like a fun house energy, although we may not always feel like we're having fun. And so this came out, and look how beautiful it is. Liminal space, new energies, trust, and the time of growth. It's a 2 energy, trusting our intuition, male or female. 2 is the energy of the high priestess, which is also, the high priestess also embodies the high priest. And so this is about us remembering who we are. We're coming up from the depths of our murky, shadowy experience to 1111, to be reunited with the depths of our emotion as we are enveloped in the embrace of unconditional love. And this is all about our healing. And look at her, she's wearing a crown. It reminds me of my crown that's up there, actually. And look at the geometry above the crown. Like, it's really important for you to know that everything that you have experienced has brought you to this point. And we are no longer settling for less. We're no longer playing in what was back there. Because if what was back there was meant to be a part of our experience going forward, it would be clearly, right? Clearly. And so it's in the 1212. It's in the liminal space that we are called to nurture our faith, because we may not see. We don't see. We don't have the entire picture. We are here to play our role. And what is our role in this life? Well, they couldn't have been much clearer with the messages of the cards. Trust, open hands, and this is again more confirmation. Are we really ready to reach out and place our hand in the hand of God? Place your hand in the hand of the that stilled the waters. Something, that song. Place your hand in the hand of the something. That's what I'm hearing. I don't know what that song is. You can look at yourself and you might see something. So place your hand in the hand of God. Place your hands in the hand of God. We're wrapped up in the bassinet of love anyways. We're swaddled in love. We're all comfy and cozy in love. And this may be challenging for us who feel comfy and cozy, who feel that we are in the embrace of unconditional love. It may be challenging for us to go out into the world and face the world. I have to be honest, I'm not entirely looking forward to this work week. There's a lot of things that need to be addressed. And, it has me feeling slightly anxious. And so the guidance I continually receive is to get back in your heart, to stay in your heart, to not allow yourself to get anxious because of your thoughts about what may happen, to not get anxious about the ways in which we will be called, because we will, to stand up for ourselves, to speak for ourselves, to communicate clearly how we're feeling without fear of judgment. And judgment only really comes because we're already judging ourselves in some way, shape, or form. So we're walking with angels into this week, and remember, we are the chalice overflowing. That bird It feels phoenix energy to me. And you can see the little musical notes there, the castanets on God's fingers, trusting our intuition. God is pouring into us, and we are pouring into ourselves and pouring into others, and the cups merge. Trust yourself. Share what you're feeling as we had this message twice last week, emerge and celebrate the real you. Celebrate sensuality, joy, right to enjoy, and truly living. A life half lived is hardly lived at all. It's not really it's not a life. We're meant to dive into the experience of life. And unfortunately, for many, the experiences of life have them holding back and not really experiencing it. And, I pray for those that they have the courage to experience life before their last breath. Because I'm pretty confident that with the last breath, we're either filled up in the essence of love and really pleased with the life that we lived and the love that we've seeded in this life, or we transition from this life with regret. And you and I are not here to transition from this life with regret. No, in no way, shape, or form are we meant to do that. 4, if we take these, there's a lot of similar numbers coming out. So these are the 2 2s. Trusting as we emerge as the radiant, radical expression, the brilliance of self-love that we are. And then, because we're rising into our true power, this was the next card that came out, 4. So we have 4, 4, 8. We walk with angels. We are the abundant floodgate here to open. And, we hold space. And we are co-creating with the divine through it all. And so this is speaking of the rise of true gentle power and true strength. And strength isn't aggressive and domineering. Strength is confident. As I mentioned earlier, the cocky, confident energy of, masculine in spirit that supports me. It was like, can we be confident? And maybe sometimes we have to be a little cocky confident. We never know. God is our confidant, is what I just heard. Source is our confidant. And so this feels like making breakthroughs and break frees motivated by heart energy. We're no longer afraid to show the world who we are. We're no longer afraid to show the world our heart. And that is true power. That is that energy of Chiron. The wounded healer has healed and now shares what they've learned, shares what they hear, what they feel, what they see in our own unique way. Can you go out into the world? Can you emerge into the world as you are? A sparkling, shining star, a pearl within the crown of creation. We here in this life are the cradle of creation. Our vessel is the cradle of universal love. And we are the initiates who have been initiated via the pathway of deep trust, deep healing, and a reconnection. Excuse me, let me get some coconut water. I've got like 3 drinks here today. I'm triple fisted. We are the initiate who is here via the pathway of working with our breath, because humans breathe, the winds are blowing, that air energy, the breath of life, the winds of change are moving through strongly. Strongly. So you don't want to get blown away, right? Which is why it's important. I've got my handy dandy magnetic hematite in my pocket so I don't get blown away by these winds of change, so that I continue to nurture and anchor deep roots as we wrap up this cycle. As Milo says here, we are approaching a year one, wrapping up everything, clearing everything to get rid of the old. And I see it, yes, I know it reduces to a one. I see it as a 10. The wheel has turned, or maybe as we're in this liminal space, the wheel is turning, and then we become the magician. The sacred fool transforms into the magician, knowing that all has purpose and that we deserve this. Whatever it is that is coming into our experience, we deserve it. Are we willing to accept? Are we willing to place our hand in the hand? What is that song? Does anyone know that song? I'm trying. It keeps coming in. Place your hand in the hand of the some that move the waters. Place your hand in the hand. Something, is it Galilee? You can look at yourself, 2112, and you can see something, something, something. It's that song. I'll post it in the comments under this video because I can't get it out of my head. But what I'm really drawn to here, so we're the initiate, we're trusting, we've reestablished our connection with all. And most important, most important, is we've reestablished our connection with home, our heart, the source of all, the cradle, if you will, in this experience, the cradle of creation in this experience. And we are receiving guidance every single step of the way as we continue to change. We're trusting our intuition. Our inner compass is what? Our heart. We're trusting the wisdom of our heart. And we are supported. It's important for us to tap into the support we feel. So much time is wasted and spent looking for support in the other, when we're always supported, and we fail to recognize how we're supported by the spiritual realms at all times. And so let us fortify and strengthen our connection to the spiritual realms so that we do not step outside of our experience, giving our power away somewhere else. Oh, I'll be happy when. Oh, I'll be supported when. No. Here and now is where we nurture and grow support, because we are the initiate who has been initiated. This is our initiation gateway. I would say from now until November 29th, 11/11 energy, we are in the gateway. We're in the liminal space that feels uncomfortable. It's really uncomfortable. And yet, how can we make ourselves comfortable in a space that feels uncomfortable? And mostly the discomfort comes from, the newness of it all. And so here I'm seeing this unicorn, trusting our heart, trusting our intuition, going forth, honoring the inner vision, going forth, honoring the inner wisdom. We're so loved and supported, and we're just meant to flow forward, singing our soul song. We are the chariot. If you look at this, the flow, look at that. Is that like a waterfall maybe? But the flow, it seems like it's going upwards there when it goes over the fall, right? Like it's going up. And that's because what I'm just being guided in this moment to say is, as we willingly trust our heart, and we're not going to fail. Remember, that message came through last week. We can't fail when we're trusting our heart. We can't. And if it doesn't pan out, if it doesn't appear as we imagined, there's something better for us. And can we have faith in that? Can we take it's almost like, can we become thoughtless? And I don't mean thoughtless as in we're not thoughtful of how another feels. It's like, can we allow our thoughts to just ebb and flow? And we have the 4 and the 9 here, which is the 13 energy, and the feminine and the masculine, the yin and the yang. Can we balance that within ourselves as we hold space in our life for the new to emerge, or for the new to land in the experience? Singing our soul song, depth of experience and healing. Teacher and mentor share wisdom. That's what we're here to do. Hey, none of us is better than the other. Let's be clear on that. Not one of us is better than the other at all. What I'm guided to say is some are more integrated vessels of the divine essence of source, which is unconditional love. The message on the flow card is release control, divine will, oceanic consciousness. Oceanic consciousness is the recognition that we are the entirety of the ocean. We may feel we are but a drop in the ocean of consciousness, and yet at the same time, within that drop, we're all of it. The whale teachings is really coming through as, again, unconditional love. And if you look at all these cards, we have, the whale teaching here. I believe that's a whale. And then we have the dolphin here, which is all about play, creativity. And it's almost like it feels as, in some ways here, the masculine energy is allowing their purity, the purity of their heart to show. And that takes great courage, doesn't it? Right? Because men have been conditioned or taught or told throughout this lifetime that, boys are this and boys are that, and men do this and don't do that. And it's all nonsense. We're all of it. We do all of it, men, women. And, we each embody, well, we're meant to embody our essence. Many, many years ago, I was receiving, what was I receiving? If it was, I believe it was a cranial sacral massage. And the message came through, and the woman was very psychic, the woman that was doing the massage. So she touched my feet, and the message came through. Love is the essence of God. This is who you are. And she heard that it came from Krishna. And she wrote it down because she's like, I don't know what this means. And I really just took that as, regardless of where it came from, that it's the truth of who we are. And it was interesting that the message came through, and it came through as soon as she put her hands on my feet, on the soles of my feet. That was the message she received. She had to remove herself, write it on a whiteboard, and then continue the session. And so, can we walk confidently, not cockily? Can we walk confidently, like maybe a peacock, knowing that we're the essence of God? We are source embodied. We're not here for the out of body experience. We're here for the in body experience. Our soul, at the same time as we're having this in body human HUE experience, our soul is also experiencing it outside of our body, if that makes sense. So it feels like as we go into this week, it's very important. Trust is important. Trust has come through many times here. Joy has come through quite a few times here. Strength and power. Power isn't domineering. What we see going on, like the imposing of our will on another dear soul, is not powerful. It's weak. It's egoic. It's unhealed energy. And so to be the embodiment of our soul and allow the divine to guide the free will that resides inside our solar plexus is powerful. So powerful. So, are you ready to begin to share your wisdom with the world? And if not, this week is a week of preparation. So, let's get back to the messages. Strings of sacred pearls. Wisdom emerges. Ground a heavenly experience here on Mother Earth. And whatever heaven is, what is the most joyful? And this is a question for each of us to contemplate or reflect upon in our own experience. What would the experience of heaven on earth look like for you? What would it feel like? What would it look like? What would it include? And it's about beginning to bring it all together. Remember, the message the other day asked us if we can ground. So it said, we are the sacred ground, remembered, love, soft and tendered like a piece of meat. We've been tendered like a piece of meat, and we've hammered ourselves out enough, right? Like we've been the ones that have been knocking ourselves down for a long time. We can't blame that on anyone else. People just, jump on opportunities that they see and perhaps take advantage of situations they see. And we either allow it or we don't. When we're grounded in the essence of our soul, we're not going to allow that. And so, love, soft and tender, ancient, eternal, timeless, and boundless. Can we ground this? We must, in order to have the experience that we deeply desire. And again, heaven on earth is going to look different for you than it looks for me. We're not here to be carbon copies of each other. Remember back in the day, they used to have that like carbon copy paper you'd put through if you were writing a receipt or something like that. Like, we're not the carbon copy paper, right? We're not. We are each unique individual expressions of source. Not here to look like anyone else, not to sound like anyone else, not to do what anyone else is doing. We're here to nurture and cultivate our unique experience with the divine. And we're here to ground and bring into the material our vision of what heaven on earth looks like, not another vision. And most feel that heaven is a place that we go after the vessel of flesh passes. Perhaps. What if the whole entire experience is meant to experience heaven while we're here and then celebrate when we return to the essence of soul that is formless, boundless? Righteousness rebirthed. That's where we're at. We are rebirthing righteousness into this world. And it is sacred work upon Mother Earth. Let our work upon this earth be joy. Do what you love. Co-create with the divine. Allow yourself to be seen as the luminous 3333, the luminous expression of the divine, co-creative beyond the mind. You are the initiate. You are the holy ground. Thank you for the inner work, the rebirth of joy beyond time. 999. Luna, come here. My little dog's feeling better. That's one thing I had to do last night. I was in sheer panic. My little dog hasn't been feeling well this week, and I knew that she wasn't well. She was acting strange. And yesterday she came up beside me and she was like showing her cheek to me. And I'm like, what is that? What is that? There was this thing. It almost looked like a skin tag. Luna, come here, please. It almost looked like a skin tag. Anyways, I knew what it was. It was a tick. She had a tick stuck to the side of her face. And then I went on a panic trying to find tweezers, because it's not like I tweeze my eyebrows much. I don't like pain. And yet I've experienced a lot of pain in this life and overcome it all. So maybe I should just toughen up. I don't know. So I had to go find the tweezers and I pulled it out. And as soon as I pulled this thing out, I flushed it. As soon as I pulled it out, it was like an instant change in the little dog. And so that was nice. Lou, come here. Do you need to go outside? Just one sec. Just give me a second here. Luna. Let's go. You need to go outside? Look up. You've heard. Quickly. Quick. Okay, so I'll have to go back and get her when she comes around. But so, I mean, I would say as we move into this week, everything is working for us. Everything's working out for us. And the entire universe is supporting us. So let's get a couple of cards here from the Moonology and Queen of the Moon Oracle, just to see what additional energies may be presenting for us this week. Sure, absolutely. What do you need to release? Well, we've been told here earlier, we need to release control. We need to grow in faith as we balance spirituality and practicality. And this is the liminal space, right? Can we show up in the world in our power? Number 16, the Tower. As we clear up the old cycles. Remember, true power isn't aggressive. True power is soft and gentle, maybe assertive and firm in boundaries, yet super gentle, super kind. Can we be super gentle and super kind with ourselves when the mind gets going? Let me just see if she's ready to come back in. Come on, Lou. Let's go. Rex, leave her alone. Go on. Let's go. Stop. Rex, stop it. Leave her alone. Can we be super and gentle and kind when our mind gets going? Sure we can. Because we're trusting the purity of heart, because we understand that we are the cradle of co-creative energy with the divine. So at this time, I'd encourage you to tune into the energy 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to pull 4 affirmation cards for us this week. And the affirmation cards come from the Conscious Spirit Oracle. But first, we're going to get a return to spirit card or 2 for all of us. So 1, 2, 3, 4 to receive your affirmation for the week. Is that a butterfly on there? No, it's a leaf. I thought it was a butterfly. Can we allow the purity of our heart to lead us forward? We can when we trust our intuition. Our intuition is strong and powerful. And sometimes when we're so intuitively in tune, in touch with our intuition, it can be challenging for the mind to get out of the way. Because intuition is based on something that we don't see. We can't see it. We can't feel it. And yet we can't see it, we can feel it. Okay, let's say that. It's a knowing. Can we move forward from this knowing? Well, the message here this week is we're encouraged to keep going by the simple bare necessities, right? Forget about your troubles and your worries. I don't know the whole song. I just like that part. And it's so joyful. We're guided and protected as we trust our intuition. Intuition isn't confusing. It won't have us confused. It may have us questioning whether this is real. You know, we know, those of you that are here, you've been trusting your intuition for a long time. You may have felt like on the outside of life, looking in for a long time, hanging out on the fringe. And now it's about time to embark on the joyful path of co-creation. We are the initiates. We have leveled up. We must choose the level up. We must choose the level up. And it's the level up comes from this space of unconditional love and inner knowing, trusting what the seeds that we have planted and have been growing. A lot of recurring messages here, which basically means I meant what I said. Look, we got these two cards. They flipped, and we've seen them earlier, like last week, at the end of last week. So rejuvenation, rest, renewal, release, rest, and renew. Receive. Are we ready to receive? Are we ready to reach out and accept the gifts? Welcome the gifts that the divine is presenting to us, that the divine would like us to experience. Only we can answer that in our experience. And what is resurfacing are memories of love, a love seeded long ago, unconditional, unequivocal, unwavering. And all of it begins with our ability to integrate and implement and embody the love that we are in our bodies. This is like healing on a cellular level is what I'm feeling with that. So this week is going to be another big week. Take care of yourself. Drink more water. Less coffee. That's a message for me. Drink more water, less coffee. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's get some messages. I'll pull them all out at one time. Number 1. Number 2. Number 3. And number 4. Okay. So if you were guided to number 1, here is your affirmation for the week. It really doesn't get much better than this. Number 39 comes to a 12. The reminder here is you are a channel of light. You are a channel of light here to co-create the life of your dreams in partnership with the divine. Trust, have faith, nurture. It's so funny because I just changed a profile picture this morning to an owl. And owl is the guide, the wisdom guide, right? Owl guides us deep inside. And with any luck, if we take the ride deep inside our shadow with the owl. So for those of you guided to number 1, there may be some shadow work this week that's going to help clear the path for you from the inside out. So trust it. This speaks of, I'm feeling here, you've done a lot of work. This is the crone energy. Maiden, mother, crone. This is the crone energy, the wise woman, the medicine man coming online because you have taken the time to honor all that's gone on inside of your experience. And so your affirmation for this week, I am open to all of life's wisdom and share it with gratitude. Yeah, we're not meant to be miserly with what we share. We're not meant to be miserly with our energy. Discerning, yes. Protective of our boundaries, yes. And also walking through the world with the awareness that we are guided and protected by source at all times. So May you, those who were guided to number 1, go forth this week and trust the wisdom of your own heart. Trust the flames of desire in your own experience. Honor what you're feeling and act accordingly. And it almost feels like it's time for flight. We can see how the owl on the one side is just sitting there on her shoulder, and then the other one is taking flight, going out into the world from this really balanced, stable space. So, those of you who were guided to number 2, get into the root of it. Root chakra, making changes this week that support movement. Some of you may be feeling some discomfort down in the root chakra area, tailbone, pubic bone area. Sciatica could be indicative of some issues in the root and sacral chakra that need to be cleared. What I'm really feeling here, for those of you guided to number 2, that it's like, do you have faith in the work that you've done? Do you have faith, and do you have confidence that you are meant to be here and right now, as a seed of change, as a seed of consciousness? Do you believe that you're meant for fun, play, joy? These are the questions to ask yourself this week, because our root chakra is all about, our right to be here. And we've all survived, otherwise you wouldn't be here, right? Are we just meant to survive this life, though? Or are we meant to thrive in all levels? Some of us thrive in some spaces and not in others. Can we somehow come to a space where everything is just tick, 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 aligning seamlessly, so that we can experience the entirety of what is meant for us? So for those of you guided to number 2, make the changes you're guided to make in support of creating more stability, more ease in your experience, because you are so worthy and deserving, and you don't have to earn your right to be here. The world may have taught us that. It's just not true, though. It's a crock of, I'm just trying to think of an old word, a crock of nonsense. I couldn't come up with a good word there. Okay, so I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. Yes, we do. I have everything I need to survive and grow on the physical plane. Affirm that this week, number 2. I trust that will support you. If you were guided to number 3, we got the air element here. The winds of change are blowing strong in my part of the world today, like really strong. They've been whipping up a storm since late last evening, and they're still going strong. And what I'm really feeling with that is there's a lot of incoming support for us. And so with the powerful incoming support that we're receiving, again, we may be feeling shaky in this energy. And it's like, can we ground this energy down? We don't want to be shaken off course. We're not going to be blown off course or anything like that. We are just it's about swaying and moving and going with the changes and continuing to go within to nurture and ground this powerfully high vibe energy that's coming in. Trusting the purity of our heart. 18 is the moon energy. And so it feels this week that maybe, hey, Kiki, welcome. With this energy this week, we may have some revelations. We may come to, spirit may bring us, revelation, information that we didn't know before. This is taking me back to the number 1 card as well, because that moon energy and back to the crone energy, it's very much being at ease and at peace with what is being revealed. Air supports our transformation. It's like the breath of God moving through us. We are the breath of God. And we do exemplary work when we trust our hearts. And the message here is, I embrace the element of air and am open to all knowledge and wisdom. I embrace the element of air and am open to all knowledge and wisdom. And it kind of goes back to like, are we willing? Are we ready to accept the gifts that the divine would like to gift us? And if you were guided to number 4, all right, the sacral chakra, 10. The wheel spins, new beginnings, healing, a new opportunity for a deeper experience in this life via the pathway of connection. So for those of you guided to number 4, first and foremost, I'm feeling there may be a new connection coming into your experience, if that is what you desire. If you're not feeling that at all, this is a call for deeper healing within the womb space of creation that rests within you, your sacral chakra. This is where we store emotions. These are the waters, the inner waters of life. This is the womb space of creation. This is a space in which, in the physical, we connect with others, either in healing ways. You and I going forward are only meant to connect in healing ways with the other through this space. We are not here to continue to perpetuate wounds, because the connections unhealed within this space are so toxic. It's usually a narcissist and an empath energetic exchange, and it's not good for the empath. It's not good for the empath. It's a space in which a lot of energy, through the energetic exchange, there's a lot of siphoning of energy from unhealed individuals engaging. When two who have done their work come together and connect in this space, it opens up a whole new experience of divine love, of healing, and of creative energies. The sacral chakra is a creative space. And so we have to clear away anything that gets in our way of co-creating with the divine. And we don't maybe we get rid of it on the outside, but mostly it's the inside work we do. And then as we do the inner work, there's external clearing that takes place as well. And so for those of you guided to number 4, it does feel like there's some sacral chakra healing this week. And it may be an opportunity this week for some connection with another. I'm not saying you meet someone and you jump into bed with them. I'm not saying that at all. Please, no, it's not. That's not. It's just, it's just that we'll just stop there. That's not what I'm saying. What I am saying, what they want me to say, is there may be a potential for connection in your life in which supports an expanded experience of healing, an expanded experience of your ability to co-create with the divine. Passion, excitement, a zest and joy for life. When was the last time you felt such a thing? Well, every day when I come here with you, I feel it. Most days I feel it. So the message here, I feel comfortable in my own body and I'm sensitive to other people's feelings, and that's it. And that's a part of our work, if you will. That's a part of our work, is to get okay with how we're feeling, because we're those of you who are guided here to this channel and who resonate with anything I say are definitely here for great work. And I don't say that to toot my own horn, although sometimes it is important to toot our own horn. And, we are here for great purpose. And many of us have planetary missions that we're meant to fulfill in this lifetime. And so, if you are guided here to this channel and you resonate, you do have important work to do here. You are a planetary light worker. And working our light begins with reestablishing our connection to it and remembering that we are the light. We are the light. We are the little lights born to shine. We are the little twinkling stars in the night sky. And we twinkle and shine while we're here on earth. That's divine. And that's what we were born to do. And so, with that being said, we're going to wrap this connection up today. I love it. I love everything that's come through for us. A lot of 7 energy here. And so, movement, the winds, movement from stabilized roots, deep, strong roots, a deep, strong sense of self and inner knowing. We are within the bassinet of unconditional love. And we're here to cast our net of love out into the world, remembering that we are the castanets on God's fingers, here to sing our sweet soul song. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for showing up and pouring into my cup. I trust that something here has been a pearl of wisdom or a drop in your sacred cup. Until tomorrow, everyone, don't get blown away by the winds of change. Stand your ground, breathe into your heart space, and continue to nurture and grow in faith. Until tomorrow, take good care.